Good Sunday afternoon, Good Sunday afternoon, Radio Free Auburn. Sorry, it always starts. There's always like a glitch right there at the beginning of these live Facebook videos. Yours truly, Wade Bennett, Uncle T-Bone, class of 1993, Father's Day edition, brought to you here live from I-85 in the ComSource Data Studios. Sensigreen Sunday. Every Sunday we're brought to you with our partners over at Sensigreen, the area's only carrier dealer. Sensigreen in Auburn. If you're looking for high quality HVAC, foam insulation, cleaning of your ducts and your dryer vents. We're going to get more to that here shortly, but give them a call, my friend Jeff Decotu, 334-248-9427. Give him a call. Tell him, as usual, Uncle T-Bone sent you. Jeff is the French Indian. That's right, from Boston, MA. He's been down here for 9 years, and he's not going back up to the Great White North. He's staying here with us in Auburn on the plains. He loves it, and we love him. He can't go back. I think we may have Jeff on here shortly, so stay tuned. This is going to be an abbreviated edition. Like I said, this is Father's Day, and I wanted to give everybody on this Sensigreen Sunday a quick shout out to the dads out there who make it happen for their families. God bless you. You are incredible. You are awesome, and this day is for you. I'm going to do this Radio Free Auburn edition, then probably head out to the pool and have some cold snacks. May get me a bucket of fried out there while I'm at it. Hopefully catch some rays. I've already done some yard work this morning and worked up a good sweat, feeling good like a man should. Come home and watch the U.S. Open. They'll probably finish at about midnight tonight out there in Los Angeles. We're going to talk about Father's Day and our dads. We'd love for you to post a picture in the comments section if you can of your dad and just give us a quick description about him if he's still with us. Hopefully you're spending time with him. If he's unlike my dad who's in heaven, we miss you, Pops. And I'm sure all of you without your fathers today are feeling like me, sad and happy, right? We're going to talk about Father's Day. We'll talk about the U.S. Open real quick, a little bit on recruiting and college football. Huge weekend at Auburn. The Tigers are after several players and going toe-to-toe with many a big school, including Alabama, Georgia, LSU, and Hugh Freeze and staff. Like I said Friday, they're not afraid to compete, and they're going after the best of the best. And it's that kind of hard work and locking down a talent is what it takes, really and truly, to have a successful football program year in, year out. Radio Free Auburn. Woo! What else are we going to talk about today? That's mainly it. It's a little bit of Father's Day is always right there on the U.S. Open day in golf. Normally it's a slow time in college athletics, and if there's any news in the past, a few with your college football program, then it was normally bad news if it was this time of year. Everything's changed in college football now that the early signing period has occurred, and that's starting in December. So it's basically everything you got in recruiting until summer camp starts for the season. These guys, they make a lot of money, and we all kind of joke about it sometimes, but they work just about year round now, and they're after it. So there will be some news hopefully today in recruiting here at Radio Free Auburn. Auburn had a good week in recruiting, man. There's a lot of opportunity over there, a lot of excitement. So I'd like to start though first just talking about Father's Day and how honored I am to be here as a dad of two, speaking with you and just speaking from the heart. It's just Father's Day is a day for celebration. It's a day of reflection. Like I said, my dad passed away 15 years ago, and he was a great dude, and we all miss him tremendously. I just remember almost every Father's Day we would go to the lake where my parents lived up on Lake Martin. We would boat and swim and cook and laugh and drink and float in the water just about all day and in and out of the cabin watching the U.S. Open. And there's nothing like it. There's nothing like it. Those type of memories will stay with me forever. My dad was a Vietnam vet. He had a tough life. He didn't really know his father, my grandfather, who was a rambler, to say the least, out in West Texas where they were from. He was a gambler. He was a bootlegger. He was an ne'er-do-well. That's my grandpops. I never knew him either. Apparently he died at a pretty young age and didn't do a whole lot of fathering. And my dad was not going to let that happen on his watch, despite everything that he had to go through, including being in Vietnam during the Tet Offensive. And if you don't know what that is, you might want to look it up. I'd like to first salute all the dads out there, like my dad, who didn't really have a father in their life growing up, that have said, not on my watch. No, sir. We're going to break that cycle, and we're going to be a dad. God bless you. This day is especially for you. Okay? And all the folks who are in the boomer generation that were in Vietnam that are still with us, God bless you. God bless you. That conflict, that war, took many years off my father's life, I'm convinced. He passed away from a very rare form of cancer that was found 90% of the time now in patients who are from, guess where? Southeast Asia, right? And the government refuses to acknowledge the fact that that had something to do with it and take care of my mom. Thanks, Uncle Sam. But despite all of that, despite all the ups and downs in life, he still was a heck of a good dad. And we miss you, Willie T. Miss you a ton, man. I wish you could see your grandkids now. You would love them. They're fantastic. To all the other dads out there, I love you too. You're great. You're doing a great job. Quick story and if you ever think you're struggling, I want you to listen to this. And this is from the heart. This is going to be from the heart Sunday because it's Father's Day. Feeling a little emotional. A few years back, I was at a Just for Dads where Bruce Pearl spoke, head basketball coach at Auburn University. And it was early in the morning. And before school even, like they start school in elementary school here at like 7:15. It's ridiculous. And it's Just for Dads at like 6:30. Get up extra early to get your child ready for school like we all do. And then get yourself ready to go to work, and then get everybody in the right place, then go to the Just for Dads, then and get your mind right after that to get to work, that you do day in, day out, which makes you a badass. And I'm proud of you. And Bruce Pearl comes in, and man, he's just as excitable at 6:30 in the morning as he is as you see him on the sidelines of the basketball game. I mean, this guy's authentic. This is no act. He's awesome. Probably one of the greatest salespeople I've ever seen in my life. And he's fantastic. Yours truly, Uncle T. I'm not feeling like that, man. I'm like probably slightly hungover. The coffee hadn't kicked in. I hadn't gotten any breakfast. I got to get to work. All right, come on, Coach. When you going to get here? Hey, I've shook hands with all the other dads who look like they'd probably rather be anywhere else but there at that time. That's just the truth. Well, let's just be honest. We're not gonna beat the bushes around here. We're always honest. We're tired. We're beat down. And here comes Coach Pearl. He knows it. He's looking over the crowd. He gets us up and is like, give yourself a round of applause. And everybody's like, what the heck is he talking about? And we get up, we stand up, and he, doesn't it feel good? You're doing a great job. And I was like, man, I needed to hear that. I needed to hear that. Coach Pearl. So look, you know, and he knows he's a dad too. We all go through these struggles. Life's hard. Being a dad's hard. Being a good dad's really hard. Being the best dad you can be is almost impossible some days. Just a little bit better every day. But you're doing a good job. I'm a dad. I see all you dads out there. You put your dreams aside for your family. You make your sacrifice. You go to work. You do everything you can for your family, even when you don't want to. You're doing an awesome job. Like Bruce Pearl said, all of you are doing an awesome job. Give yourself a round of applause. Let's go, dads. Proud of you. I love it. Father's Day is a great day. Like I said, we used to go to the lake, hang out with the old man, slaughter the fatted calf, and enjoy life. I think we're going to go to the pool here shortly. That's right. Oh, yeah. I'm going to drink some cold snacks. I'm going to get that chicken finger basket up there at the pool. I'm going to chill for a couple of hours. We'll come home and we'll fire up the grill. That's not gas. That's charcoal. Fact. Got some steaks thawed out. We're going to bake some potatoes. We're going to watch the U.S. Open. Probably have a glass of wine or two. Pass out mid-round because the U.S. Open is not going to finish till like 12 o'clock here. I wish they'd start that a little bit earlier. I like the primetime viewing, but yesterday in the U.S. Open, when the leaders are finishing, Ricky Fowler and Clark, they was practically putting in dark, and I don't think they were very happy about it, and they shouldn't be. Give us a photo of your pops, man, in the comments. My man Mark Murphy, War Eagle brother. Happy Father's Day, T-Bone. Happy Father's Day to you, Mark. Hope you and the family are doing well. Give a shout out to your dad, Pat, from me, man. Miss y'all. Hopefully we'll see you around football season. U.S. Open also in the comments. If you want to make a prediction, I have no idea who is going to win. I am pulling for Ricky Fowler personally. I hope that this is his time to get that major. He's had a heck of a career. He seems like a good dude. And I like Ricky Fowler today. That's going to be a shootout here at the end. Scheffler and Rory McIlroy creeping up that leaderboard and hanging out there. That's going to be that's like in NASCAR terms having to hold off Dale Earnhardt and Jeff Gordon on the last couple of laps at Daytona. Right? I mean, those two can play the game. They can light it up. So better chance, in my opinion, of those two rising up and winning than one of the two leaders winning. But I'm pulling for Ricky Fowler. Let's go, Ricky. Be fantastic if you can do it today. We're going to take a quick break. Still a little rusty. I'm sorry. The show, we got a long ways to go. We got a short time to get there. This is more of a marathon than a sprint. Just kind of warming this show up to see what we can get into this football season. We're going to be in and out the rest of the summer. The vocal cords are still a little sore. So sorry if it sounds a little choppy, but I'm doing the best I can here on a Father's Day, and I know that you are too. God bless you. I'm going to take a quick time out, go get a drink of water. We will be right back. It's Radio Free Auburn, Sensigreen Sunday. Give them a call. The area's only Carrier dealer. And I'm telling you, if you don't have Carrier in your HVAC, you might as well own a popcorn farm. Give them a call. It's Sensigreen Sunday. I'm Uncle T-Bone. Be right back. All right, we're back. Radio Free Auburn Father's Day edition. If you're looking for a late Father's Day gift, I'm going to put a link in here. It's my self-published book, Fearless and True. This is my version of the story of how the saying War Eagle came about. I do not claim this to be the actual historical fact. It's just my version of it. I think it's a good story and a good read. It's perfect for summertime reading. If you are on the lake or the beach, you can spend an afternoon. This is not War and Peace. If I wanted to write War and Peace, I'd just go buy War and Peace and read it. You can get through this bad boy in a hunting blind or a shooting shed or on the pier of a dock at the lake, or sitting underneath an umbrella at the beach while your kids frolic around in the warm Gulf water, right, in an afternoon. Fearless and True, that's by me. Give it a shot. The more you buy, the more I might work on that next book I'd like to call 98 Gray Tigers. Whoops, that should not probably have said that, but we shall see how that comes about. This Fearless and True, right here in the link. You can find that on Amazon. Makes a fantastic late Father's Day gift. I'm Wade Bennett, Uncle T-Bone, here on this Sensigreen Sunday. Right? It's a Father's Day edition. And looking for some Jeff Dakota from Sensigreen to call in here shortly, or we'll call him, the French Indian from Boston, MA. We'll put a link right here into the comment section too. If you are in need of HVAC repair, total change out, foam insulation, you need some type of service, I think that you need to have a service agreement, service contract yearly. It's like going to the doctor once a year and getting a checkup. Your HVAC system needs it. You need your vents cleaned. You need your dryer vents cleaned. And you need them to take a look over your service. I'd call Sensigreen at 334-248-9427. Ask for Jeff and make sure that you tell him that Uncle T-Bone sent you. If you don't want to call them and you want to call me, get in touch with me and I will hook you up with them. That's Sensigreen, the area's only carrier dealer, right? Great company, good folks. They're making it rain here at Radio Free Auburn. That's a joke, but they are helping us out, and I am proud to be affiliated with them. Jeff's a good friend of mine, and that's really what we're just trying to do here. No one's paying us to do anything. We just want to help people out that we like who are in business in the area and talk a little sports, man. We talked about Father's Day. Talked a little bit about my father and how much I miss him. Vietnam vet, all around badass and great man. He loved the game of golf. He loved to play it. He played it the right way. He played it by the rules. He would even call out his son, who is me, who occasionally got outside of the rules in that game and said, "That's not how the game's played, son." And it's not. It's not. The best of the best will be finishing up at the Los Angeles Country Club late this evening and into tonight, really, here for most of us in Central and Eastern time, for the United States Open. I am pulling for Ricky Fowler. Who are you pulling for? Who do you think is going to win? I think you got to watch the two right behind them, Scotty Scheffler and Rory McIlroy, especially McIlroy. He's been getting a little too close to comfort on winning some tournaments lately, and he's playing really good golf. That guy's fantastic. He is a outstanding golfer. You better watch out for Rory McIlroy today. In my opinion, I'm pulling for Ricky Fowler. Big weekend in recruiting for Auburn. Recruiting never stops, or it never should stop. Nick Saban has proven that you basically recruit 365 days a year, 24/7. It's the lifeblood of any program. Auburn had several big-time prospects in this week. The majority of them were from the offensive line. I found that interesting that they brought in, 5 to 7 guys who are almost all offensive linemen, right? It's like almost like, hey, let's recruit all of y'all at once and show you how you're all going to be all on our offensive line moving forward, and you are the future of our offensive line, and y'all going to be teammates, and y'all going to be one heartbeat, and y'all are going to be the future, not just one or two. Hey, you're going to be our future left tackle, or you're going to be our future center. It's like, okay, you're going to be center, you're going to be guard, you're going to be left tackle, you're going to be right tackle, and you're going to be right guard. And this is how we see all of y'all moving forward. It's almost recruiting a group all at once. I think that's a really neat way to do it. I don't know if they did that on purpose or not, but that's what I see. And good Lord, has Auburn's recruiting in the offensive line in the trenches just been lower SEC level for years now. Good to see this staff is taking a very strong stance that you've got to have what they call the big uglies up front. Look, you can have the best quarterback on earth, but if you can't protect them in today's football world, you're going to get smoked. You're going to get killed. I mean, that's just all there is to it. You know, defenses, I've said for years now that defenses are dead. Looking for my phone, excuse me, I think it was ringing. Sorry about that. I said that defenses are dead. Now, that's not very professional of me to get off air like that. My apologies. I'm just a fan, man. I'm not a professional journalist, not yet at least. Not ever. So defenses are dead in college football. They've changed the rules. They've made it hard for people to get physical. The game has changed a ton, and when I say defense is dead, it makes the old blue hairs just roll, and in my generation, roll its eyes, like, because I was always taught defense wins championships, Uncle T, man. And like, if you look at the 1992 Crimson Tide, yeah, you look at all those defenses that Pat Dye had, and that's why they won SEC championships, or part of the reason why, big part, yeah, defenses used to win championships. Defenses have about 3 jobs now these days in college football. They have to create a ton of pressure on the quarterback, get a couple of 3 and outs, create some turnovers, and hopefully, as a side note on that turnovers, you can get a scoop and score on a fumble or a pick six and you turn your defense into offense, okay? The number one way to create turnovers and to get 3 and outs is to create pressure on the quarterback, because they're throwing the ball all around the place. In college football, heck, in high school football, even down in the junior high, you're seeing these spread offenses. And that's why you see in recruiting such an emphasis on 2 positions. More than ever, wide receiver and defensive back. Like, it's always boggled my mind for the last couple of years how many defensive back Auburn was recruiting, and just getting really frustrated. It's like, where are the linebackers? Where are the defense tackles? Where are the offensive linemen? Well, you got to have a pile of defensive backs who can cover at least for just 1 extra second while the defense comes and brings some pressure on the quarterback. That's just my opinion. I'm a fan. I'm not a coach. That's just what I see when I watch the games. So you'll notice that most schools that are successful are bringing in a lot of defensive backs, and they're bringing in a lot of wide receivers every single year to create playmakers who can make stuff happen in space on the offensive side of the ball, and also to try and get some type of defensive back who can just give you a little bit of coverage while your other defense, right, defensive positions, bring some pressure on the quarterback. Without any pressure on a quarterback in today's world, you're not going to get 3 and outs, and you're not going to get turnovers, and you're not going to occasionally get the scoop and score, and you're not going to occasionally get the pick six. You're going to get beat to death. Now, there still is plenty of argument and room, because you got to have every position's got to be good. And if you're going to go against Alabama, Georgia, LSU, and Clemson, and Oklahoma, and Ohio State and try and win a national title, right? But you got to have some offensive linemen. They got to be versatile. They got to be able to run block. They got to be able to protect your quarterback, because the name of the game is bringing pressure on the quarterback. I'm kind of taking a roundabout way of saying that by saying you got to have defensive backs who can cover just long enough for you to bring some pressure. Unless you got Lawrence Taylor back there, or you got the guy from Oregon as your defense, the head coach now is your defense coordinator. I forgot Dan Lanning, because his blitz schemes were so exotic. Georgia's one of the few teams where defense wasn't dead. But the whole point is you got to bring pressure. And Auburn is taking a big weekend. You can go. I don't know the names. I don't know where they're from. I don't want to know. Not yet, at least. I'll get off air and probably take a quick peek over at auburnsports.com or autigers.com where they're going to have all the details on all the. But I do know they brought in a bunch of offensive linemen. They brought in a bunch of offensive linemen this weekend for recruiting, and that's nice to see. And a lot of these guys are 4 or 5 stars. If you're not a big stargazer in recruiting, right, 5 stars is the best. There's my hand. 1 star is kind of like you're getting down into, I don't know, maybe a Missouri Valley State is recruiting them. There's always diamonds in the rough. I think one really good way to gauge recruits is who else is recruiting them. If you want to know one thing about recruiting and you want to say, are we going after the best of the best? Is USC recruiting this guy? Is Ohio State recruiting this guy? Is Alabama recruiting this guy? Are we beating Tennessee Tech for players? Or are we beating Georgia for players? That's a great way. And I think if you'll take a quick look over at auburnsports.com, it's a great website, autigers.com, another great website. Shell out like the $8 a month. You can read the premium articles, and they'll tell you all about these recruits. And I think a lot of big-time schools are after these recruits. All right, so I got a comment from my man Steve Penland. Happy Father's Day to you over in the Big O, Opelika. He says Roy's going to win. I'm kind of on that boat too. I hate to say, I'd love to see my man, Ricky Fowler, win this thing. And what a great story that would be. I mean, I think did he have to qualify? This is a guy who was at one point years ago number 4 in the world in golf, and now I think he had to qualify for this U.S. Open. Man, that is a brutal, cutthroat sport, man, professional golf, excuse me. One day you're on top. Next thing you know, you're Ian Baker Finch. You can't even pull it back. We've all been there. If you play the game, I love the game. Some days we mash the grapes in golf, and some days we drink the wine. You're the bug or the windshield, man. Golf is brutal on that level. That's really brutal. We're looking for Jeff Dakota, Sensigreen, making the call. Let's see if he's going to answer. Jeffrey, you're on Radio Free Auburn. It's a Sensigreen Sunday. How are you, my friend?
Couldn't be more excited to talk to you today, Wade.
Well, happy Father's Day to you, and happy birthday, man! What a great day! You get the old double dip.
You thought I would have got breakfast in bed, but I didn't.
You didn't get breakfast in bed today. Where are you right now? Rosemary Beach. What a nice place to be. How's the weather down there? You just kind of hanging out under an umbrella reading Fearless and True, or what?
Well, I typically choose Fearless and True for, when I'm really going to be able to pay attention. But actually, there'll be a little rainstorm, and I'm hanging out on my balcony, chilling out.
Well, there are definitely worse places to be on a Father's Day and a birthday, Sunday. Jeff, I've been telling everybody on the show today, every Sunday is Sensigreen Sunday here at Radio Free Auburn. We are so thrilled to be partnered up with you guys. The area's carrier dealer. I said it like this: if you don't have a carrier system, you pretty much should just have a popcorn farm. I mean, was that taking it too far?
No, it wasn't.
Well, we built a house a few years ago. This is before I knew much about what was going on at Sensigreen. And I'm just going to say I wish that I had known some Sensigreen and some Jeff a little bit better before we built this house. Jeff, real quick, before we get some opinions on sports from around the country, how can people get in touch with you over at Sensigreen Heating and Air?
I'll start with this. If you're building a house, you can start by this. You can call me at 334-707-0652. That's my personal number. We do installation, both spray foam and fiberglass, and we install carrier systems. I can get you any kind of carrier system you want for your house. In my opinion, we're the best in the game at new construction by a long shot. Or you can call the office at 334-704-3274 and ask for Jeff. We stay very busy around town, and I would love to hear from you.
Well, look, Jeff, Auburn, Opelika, obviously, I think you get up into LaGrange and Montgomery as well.
We go to, oh man, for installation, I'll go to Nashville, I'll go to Panama City, I'll go to Dothan, I'll go to Huntsville, installation-wise. But for HVAC, we do try to stay about an hour around our office, which is Opelika. But as far, I go to Prattville quite a bit.
So, covering just about the entire southeast area. I mean, this is fantastic. Sensigreen, family-owned business. I'm looking at your website real quick. The duct cleaning, I had an issue a while back with my dryer vent. Do y'all clean dryer vents as well?
We do, for sure.
I mean, this is something that I equate to like you should go to the doctor every year. You should probably get your dryer vents and duct cleaning done every year, right?
I would recommend dryer vents every year, duct cleaning every year or two, and especially a maintenance program of some sort. It's the age-old question of when do I get my teeth cleaned? Well, you don't wait for a cavity, right? You do it on a regular maintenance program for your body. It's no different with your HVAC system. It's probably the third biggest investment in your entire house. Might as well take care of it.
I couldn't agree more. That's my man Jeff with Sensigreen. Give him a call. Sensigreen Heating and Air, HVAC, spray foam, duct cleaning. Make sure you tell him that Uncle T-Bone sent you. All right, Jeff. You're my French Indian friend from Boston, MA. What's going on with the Red Sox?
I've got a couple opinions on this, and I think that I'm a diehard Red Sox fan, have been my whole life, of course. I'm from Massachusetts. I really like what's happening with the team they've put together on the field. I don't necessarily agree with the team they've put together on the field, but I do like what's going on with them. The Red Sox have two huge additions coming back. Well, they just got one, James Paxton. He's a big fan. I'm a big fan of his. Big lefty. He's been strong for the last 5-6 outings. And you've got Trevor Story coming back in the next couple of weeks. So they're hanging in there with a Tampa Bay lineup back in the day versus I do think the Red Sox should be. They've got the money to put a lot more better players out there. But you know what? I do like the team. I like the way they play.
Well, 35-35. Unfortunately, dead last in the AL East. Okay, to be 500 and be dead last, that's a pretty strong division.
It's not bad, especially if you look at that way. I'm sorry to cut it.
Yeah, no worries. Cut in at any time. Yankees at Red Sox right now, bottom of the third. Yankees 39-31. They're up 2-0. Being 500 and being last in your division, there's worse places to be. I mean, they could get hot. We've seen a lot of teams this year go on a 7-10 game winning streak. That puts you right back in the mix, especially in the wild card. When we were growing up, there wasn't a wild card.
No, they ran off 10 games in a row in May.
Yeah.
And it put them back. It put them right up top. Not right up top, but there were a few games under the Rays. But the Rays started off at 13-0, so there's not much you can do with that. They're coming back to reality. The Orioles are very strong, and we all knew that they were going to be strong over time. You can only have so many first-round draft picks for 20 years, and eventually, you can't not be good at some point. But yeah. I'm happy for the Orioles because they've got great fans, and they've stunk for so long. But now that
that was an awesome. That was a
great job. He's ignited the fan base.
Yeah, that was an awesome franchise. Watching, when they had Eddie Murray and Cal Ripken Jr. growing up. I mean, in Palmer, even back a little bit further, the Orioles should not be as bad as they have been for so long. I'm with you. It's amazing to me though that the Rays just continually are in the top or competing at the top of the division. That's just incredible.
I think the Rays have benefited from, they've been good now for probably, let's be honest, the better part of 12 to 15 years consistent because they figure out how to do it, but they've also made a ton of really good trades because the draft picks have went away. as they've gotten better, but you can't compete with guys who can pull the trigger on unbelievable trades, and then you end up with 3, 4, 5 prospects, and 2 of them hit, you're good to go, which they have for them.
Yeah. Well, that franchise reminds me of the Expos when we were coming up. It just does. It's almost like in a weird. They play in a weird dome. It's in a weird place, and but their minor league system is just so sound that they just pump out prospect after prospect. All right, so Jeff, you've been down here 9 years, basically from the Great White North here on the Plains. How do you like the Hugh Freeze hire?
Love the Hugh Freeze hire. Just read something about it today. Feeling good about it. I gave myself 3 to 5 years to become a fan because I feel like I had to earn it in my mind.
What a great guy.
They need a quarterback because was it Peyton Thorne? I mean, he's unproven. Throws a lot of touchdowns, but he also throws a lot of picks.
Yeah.
I saw Hugh Freeze stole someone from Georgia today. Was it today or yesterday? The linebacker. Was it?
I think it was Friday. Yeah, that news broke Friday, I believe, when we were on air. Which is, I mean, that's a nice change of scenery, right? Actually, winning a recruiting battle against Georgia.
I think you can have. Here's my opinion. I think you can. Your MO can be great defense, but one thing you've got to play great defense, which over the past year or two they haven't played the greatest defense, but they've played really good defense, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But they're going to need to put up some points.
Oh, I mean,
because everyone puts up points at this point.
Yeah, if you can't put up 30 consistently, you'll be lucky to be 6-6 if you're Auburn.
Yeah, with the way the refs call games today, you're not going to win a lot of games 9-6.
Yeah. I mean, it's something terrible has happened if you score 6 or 9 points only in a college football game. I mean, that's just all there is to it.
Listen, Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl. He stunk.
I mean, he's the coach at UAB now. Can you believe that? Is that right?
He's still hanging on to the fact that he was an NFL quarterback. But the problem was he's a linebacker body who couldn't throw the football.
They had a heck of a defense, so that's back when defenses could win championships.
That is true. Not anymore because you can't blow on a receiver.
No, I mean, it's ridiculous. If a receiver comes across the middle, any referee almost at any level's got their hand on the flag ready to throw for a targeting call or interference. I mean, it's mind-boggling to me it breaks up the rhythm of the games. Look, I'm all for player safety. I believe we had this conversation the other day over Cold Snacks, the linebacker for the Carolina Panthers that we both like so much. What's his name? Luke Keithley? Yeah, played at Boston College and having to bow out of the game so early just because of concussions. I mean, it's scary. It's scary, but I mean, there's got to be some type of better solution to this than just stopping the game and having a couple of guys huddle up and take 15 minutes to decide whether or not something was a targeting call or not. It's ridiculous.
I think targeting is debatable. There's clear targeting, and then there's ridiculous targeting.
Right.
You lose your best defensive player. Let's just say he's your strong safety. The second play of the game because he hit somebody hard. That's a problem. But if he hits him in the head, it is what it is.
Why not? Yeah, and I'm with you on that. But there are some times when they hit each other in the head that it's completely circumstantial, and these calls are still made. Why not make the first call just a straight up 15-yarder, and then the second time you're ejected?
I don't disagree with that.
I mean, I just, look, I mean, it's, I don't know. It really is frustrating to me, but I'm getting off on a tangent. Real quick before you go, who wins the U.S. Open this evening?
Boy, I haven't paid attention to it because I'm at the beach, but I'll tell you, everyone wants Ricky Fowler to win. I don't know anybody. If you don't, you're not an American, in my opinion. You want Ricky Fowler to win because he's stunk for the last 4 years.
Yeah.
He works hard.
Yeah.
He's a cool guy.
That's right.
But I don't want to see him locked up with Rory McIlroy at any point in time because I feel like Rory will destroy him. But I hope I'm wrong because I'm pulling for Ricky Fowler.
Well, I am too. I'm like you. If you don't like Ricky Fowler, I mean, it's like you don't like golden retrievers. There's something possibly wrong with him.
The guy was on They go, what are you doing when you leave here, Ricky? He goes, oh, I'm going to leave, get on a plane, qualify for the U.S. Open. Can you imagine just being able to say that? And what did he do? He went, qualified for the U.S. Open, now he's leading it. America, baby.
Only in America. Only in America, my man.
Awesome.
Only in America could the French Indian from Boston, MA, over sponsor a show called Radio Free Auburn with Uncle T-Bone, Sensigreen Sunday, and you're sitting looking over Rosemary Beach, probably with a cold snack in your hand in the beautiful water while it rains, and I'm going to head up to the pool, and the rest of us fathers are going to have a great day. Am I right?
It's all correct, Wade.
Dude, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your support. I'm telling you, folks, this is a good man. This is a good company. Give them a chance. Uncle T-Bone says it. You will not be disappointed. Have a great day, Jeff.
Hey, I'll give 10% off to anybody who calls for whatever they want.
You got to tell them that Uncle T-Bone sent you 10% off right here, Father's Day special.
10% right out of the gate off.
That's amazing.
Say Uncle T-Bone sent you off a maintenance that you buy, off a one-time service that you buy, off a replacement system that you buy, off a spray foam insulation retrofit that you buy. Anything you can buy from me, I'll do 10% off to say Uncle T-Bone sent.
Well, man, go enjoy the rest of your Father's Day. Thank you so much, Jeff. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, Wade. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for your support.
That is my man, Jeff Dakota. Sensigreen. Can you believe that? 10% off right there. What a great guy, man. He's so awesome. You're not going back to Massachusetts, bro. You'll be finishing the rest of your life right here with us on the plains, my friend. You're not going anywhere. And that's what we do here. We try and help people out. We try and save people money. No one's paying me. This is just for fun. This is a fan show. But we want to help out our friends in business who are good people. We want to help all of you who watch and participate into this happening, because that's what this is. And what better way to do it? The man's just saving you 10% off any Sensigreen. That's right, any Sensigreen service. Got to tell them, though, to get that 10% off. That can be a lot of money on one of these new systems, by the way. Uncle T-Bone sent you. All right, we're going to do a few more minutes, and then we're going to call it a day here on Father's Day. Look at us, man. We're having fun. We got Jeff from Sensigreen calling in from Rosemary Beach on Father's Day. That's fantastic. I love it down there. 30A is awesome. Steve Penland got in. My man Mark Murphy got in. Not too late to get in. Give us your prediction. That's right. On the U.S. Open, a lot of people like Rory today. I can't blame them. I'm kind of like Jeff, though, from Sensigreen. If you're not pulling for Ricky Fowler, you may not be an American. Got to watch Scotty Scheffler's back there, too. He could get in the mix real quick. Scotty Scheffler can play, man. That Texan can play, baby. Talked a little bit about Auburn recruiting. Everyone's happy with Hugh Freeze. Get ready to cheer again, Auburn fan. It's okay. We're in good shape. Win, lose, or draw, just like life being a dad, the ups and downs. You can count on Hugh and this staff. We're in good shape. I'm not worried about Auburn football anymore. And I'm sure armchair quarterbacks and haters and rivals and everybody else will pick apart everything they do. Specifically the stuff where we're not succeeding as much as we think we should be moving forward. And I want to also tamp down the expectation for a first year. There's always, and we talked about this in the past when the show was running with Brian Harson, outside of Terry Bowden, outside of Gus Malzahn, most first-year coaches in football, especially in the SEC, have major ups and downs. It's like the stock market. You just got to ride it out with your fandom. And in the end, maybe not this season, maybe not the next. In the end, you're going to be good as long as you got the right guy running your program. And I truly believe we have the right guy running our program right now. That's one Danny Hugh Freeze, and I couldn't be more excited about it. Get your season tickets. Pay your tough fun or whatever it is to get them. Don't complain about it. Go tailgate. Go have fun again. Get ready to cheer. Get ready to smile. It's great to be an Auburn Tiger. It's coming back, baby. Let's get it up for 2 bits. Danny Hugh Freeze, baby. Thank you, Coach Freeze. Auburn football's in good shape, just like in basketball and baseball. I don't know if we've ever been in better shape with the coaches that we have. Talked about my own old man, Willie T. Bennett. We miss you, brother. We miss you, Dad. Sorry if I ever let you down. I love you. Wish you were here. We will see you one day. That's what I believe. And we'll all be happy then. God bless all you dads out there, especially the dads who didn't have dads, especially the dads who served in Vietnam, and the rest of you dads too, just like me, who I had a dad and I didn't have to serve in Vietnam. You're all doing the best you can do. Give yourself a break. Take a good hard look in the mirror. Forgive yourself for anything because you've done the best you can do. I'm going to give a quick story real quick about me. And, we'll save that one for later. Happy Father's Day to all of y'all. We'll be back probably Friday. I don't think we're going midweek yet. Sorry if I'm a little rusty, just trying to get a little bit better every day. It's Radio Free Auburn, baby. I'm Uncle T-Bone, Auburn High, class of 1993. And we shall see you soon. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Jeff at Sensigreen. Give him a chance. I promise you will not be disappointed. Uncle T-Bone sent me.